Yeah, man, it feels great to be back in the win column. I think our team and our coaching staff and myself, we needed this for our sanity to help us feel like our hard work and what we're doing is paying off. It's been a crazy year. So to get a W right here tonight or today was really important. And I thought it being our Black History Month game, it was a nice cap off. We really wanted that for our pink game as well. It's almost like when you have something, when you're playing for something bigger than just yourselves, it kind of makes those wins a little bit more special. So I was really proud of our players today.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up for questions. Just a reminder, raise your digital hand. We'll start things off with Dan.
Coach, I asked Taylor this, but Georgia Tech didn't hit a basket in the fourth quarter after scoring 20 points in the third. Was there anything that changed it for you guys from the third to the fourth? And if so, what just really worked in the fourth that they weren't hitting anything?
Right. I think, one of the things that one of our sayings that we talk about every game is try to act like we're down two with 40 seconds left in the game, whether that's how we play offense to be that, have that kind of precision on offense, or that's the way we have to play defense to get that stop without fouling. And I thought in the third quarter, we had a little let up in that. And they're big, and I thought they kind of, their size and some other things took advantage of it. But I was so proud of our lockdown mode and our intensity in that fourth quarter. And I thought Marnell Gerard really sparked that at the front of the defense. And then I thought that our rebounding really picked up as far as us trying to grab the board and secure them and not giving them second chances. So I was proud of that intensity and that fight. And I think that that is something that every time out or every time they came over to the bench, we had two of our most recent games where we gave up leads or just played bad in the second half. And that was something that they kept reminding each other of and holding each other accountable to, is that they didn't want that to be the same outcomes today.
We'll go next to Caroline.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. You tweeted out a video of all the girls like in the gym after practice, like throwing up extra shots. Can you just like talk about like what that kind of like symbolizes for your team and like how that played into today's win?
Right. I think that's sometimes why the losses hurt so bad with this team, is because they do put in that extra work and they do have big hearts and they love each other. The culture is really still there, even though this year we haven't had the wins like we want to. So to see them after kind of having two disappointing back-to-back losses over, programs that we really felt confident that we could play with and maybe get some wins, especially, losing at home and then going on the road. For them, I think that would be so easy just to say, screw this, we're going to go study or we're going to do our, and not really put that time into their craft. But that's, the culture is where we want it. And I know you guys just talked to Taylor Soul. She's a big part. And so are all of our players, a big part of just saying, hey, let's hold each other accountable. And even though we're not getting the wins we want, let's still work, because together, we still have some things that we want to accomplish. We still have our goals to end the season.
We'll go back to Dan.
Coach, Cam had 9 points in the second, and I go back to something she said at the beginning of the year, which was that effort in the backcourt tends to buoy it up on the front court when she's playing on offense. But just what was working for her today? She mentioned that watching her own highlights for positives and to focus on that. That she was able to have that breakout today.
Yeah, I think she's offensively, I think, extremely gifted. And what she's added to her game this year is her ability to hustle and work and read defense, right? But sometimes her confidence kind of goes up and down. And I think that's something that now she realizes, like, we need her. And that's what even the team was like, man, Cam, I think that's her best game in a Boston College uniform, to be honest. And that's something that I know she can bring night in and night out. And it starts with her confidence. And I could tell even in warm-ups today and shoot around today, she just had a good vibe to her. So I'm hoping that that's the Cam Schwartz that we see all the time, because she's a phenomenal player, especially when she's playing with her confidence.
We'll go back to Dan.
And also with Allie there at the end, the basket that she made. First off, how'd she keep the pivot foot planted? That was like she was making moves there. I'm not sure how the foot stayed. That was impressive.
Yes, and what's funny is because I was just staring at her foot, so it really did stay. She did not walk on that play, and because I know the ref really wanted to call it. But how about that? She didn't score all game, and then she does 18 pivots and chucks one up, and it's an and one to really help us secure the win. So I'm sure she needed that as well. And it always gives that boost of confidence to now that she'll know, hey, I can really take my time in the post and get good shots up.
Just given everything this year, the frustration of the last couple games, the frustration, there was the start, the restart, and all that stuff. I think this might be the last home game of the year, or if there's no, it was, yeah. Just where's the perspective at? March is coming. I know that the postseason's is going to look a little bit different, like everything else this year, but just where is the perspective of being able to get into March and get this win and maybe grab some momentum heading into the postseason?
Right, that you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think for us, this has been such a crazy year for every basketball program in the country, for every household, for every person, right? It's like, this month will mark a whole year that we've been in isolation, lockdown, COVID's been around. So for us, if there's ever going to be a year where an underdog can maybe make and shake things up and make something happen, it could be this year, right? It's a crazy year. So that's what we're trying to get to and get our players to buy into. And I don't even think I have to try to get them to buy into it. They're saying it just like I'm saying it. We have one more game. It's at Syracuse, and then let's see what we can do. I think it's awesome that the ACC is having a tournament. And let's see if we can go there and shake some things up. That's our goal.